Imagine setting sail in vast unknown. What would you take for sustenance for such an epic journey across the Pacific? Imagine standing on a sun-drenched beach, the warm sand between your toes. The turquoise water laps gently at your feet, a soothing rhythmic pulse. Before you, the vast, deep blue Pacific stretches to a horizon with no end, a shimmering line between the known and the mysterious. Now imagine climbing into a great double-hulled canoe, its wooden frame alive with the promise of adventure. You are not embarking on a short trip but a monumental journey of weeks or even months across an uncharted ocean. You are leaving the only home you've ever known, watching it shrink behind you as you sail bravely into the great unknown. This was the profound reality for ancient Polynesian navigators. They were courageous, exceptionally skilled explorers who read the stars in the sea like a map. Their voyages were incredible acts of faith, ancestral skill, and meticulous preparation. Their canoes, waka or wa'a, were more than vessels. They were floating islands, carefully loaded with the people, plants, and animals needed to start a new life on a distant shore. The voyaging canoe was a living, breathing ecosystem, a piece of the home island carried across the waves. It was not just people who made the journey, it was an entire agricultural starter kit. Taro, breadfruit, sweet potato, yams. Sprouting taro corms were packed in damp moss, ready to plant on landfall. Breadfruit, eaten fresh or fermented into a paste that lasts months. Coconuts were indispensable, young for water, mature for oily meat. Shells became bowls, husks made cordage. Carrying fresh food was one thing, but making it last for weeks or even months at sea was another challenge altogether. In the relentless tropical climate, the intense heat and high humidity could spoil precious provisions with alarming speed. To overcome this, Polynesians perfected ingenious preservation techniques, harnessing the natural power of the sun, wind, and fermentation. Before departure, large bundles of these preserved staples were carefully loaded, forming the backbone of their food supply for long voyages. Starchy staples like breadfruit, taro, and banana were first cooked and then pounded into a dense, storable mash. This mash was tightly wrapped in tea or banana leaves, creating an airtight seal. It was then buried in pits to ferment, a process that produced shelf-stable pastes known as masi, or poi. For protein, fish were gutted, salted, and dried in the sun, creating a lightweight and nutrient-rich jerky. Even coconut meat was grated, pressed, and baked into hard, oily biscuits, providing a fantastic source of long-lasting energy. On the open ocean, a person can survive for weeks without food, but only a few days without fresh water. For ancient Polynesian voyagers, this fundamental truth shaped every aspect of their journey. Surrounded by an endless expanse of salt water, securing a reliable supply of drinking water was the single most critical challenge they faced. Their lives depended entirely on their ingenuity. Their primary strategy began on land long before setting sail. Large hollowed gourds, apu, were specially cultivated, sealed with tight-fitting stoppers and resin, and carefully stowed in the cool, dark hulls of the canoe. Alongside these, bamboo segments made for perfect natural canteens. Their segmented structure made them lightweight, durable, and incredibly easy to store in large numbers. But stored water was finite. When a rain squall approached, the crew sprang into action, becoming masters of harvesting this precious gift from the sky. Broad taro and banana leaves became efficient funnels, expertly angled to pour fresh rainwater directly into empty gourds and bamboo containers. Even the canoe's sail could be re-rigged as a massive rain catcher, channeling an immense volume of water into their storage vessels. Young green coconuts provided sterile, hydrating fluids rich in electrolytes. In dire emergencies, the flesh of certain fish could also be squeezed to supply vital moisture. Carry, collect, and use natural sources. This multi-pronged strategy was a testament to their resourcefulness, a system of survival that kept crews hydrated and alive across the vast Pacific. Life aboard a voyaging canoe was communal and disciplined. Every person had a role. Resources were shared with meticulous fairness. A respected elder distributed daily rations and strict water allotments. Paste, a piece of dried fish, and a chunk of coconut. Meals were times to rest, talk, and reinforce bonds. Sometimes a fresh catch, tuna, became a feast divided among all. Crossing the ocean was generations of knowledge. They packed plants, animals, and skills. Planning and cooperation turned impossibility into a path to a new home.